Erica, the thing is working fine. Clicker is working. Testing.
Welcome to this James Cook University graduation ceremony. Please ensure that all electronic devices are switched off. Graduates, you are reminded that protocol requires that you take off your mortarboard bonnet for the national anthem. Would the assembly please stand for the entrance of the academic procession? Welcome.
Dear graduates and guests, please be seated as the ceremony is about to start in 5 minutes. Thank you. Dear graduates and guests, please be seated as the graduation ceremony is about to start now. Thank you. Dear graduates and guests, please remain seated as the ceremony is about to start. Thank you.
Welcome to this James Cook University graduation ceremony. Please ensure that all electronic devices are switched off. Graduates, you are reminded that protocol requires that you take off your mortarboard bonnet for the national anthem. With the assembly, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, distinguished guests, members of the official party, academic staff, graduates, and guests, good morning. Welcome to this graduation ceremony for the Colleges of Public Health and Medicine and Veterinary Sciences, the Healthcare Sciences, Business Law and Governance, Arts, Society and Education, and Science and Engineering. Would you please remain standing for the playing of the national anthems of Australia and the Republic of Singapore. Thank you. Please be seated. We are assembled here this morning to confer James Cook University degrees and awards. May I take this opportunity to introduce members of the official party. My name is Professor Abhishek Bhati. I'm the Singapore Campus Dean and today's Ceremony Marshal. From my right, Professor Karen West, Dean of Research, Singapore. Professor Stephen Boyle, Dean of the College of Business Law and Governance. Professor May Tan Mullins, Dean International, Singapore. This morning's mace bearer, Ms. M.S. Shanti, Director, Admissions, Academic Services and Progressions. The University Chancellor, Mr. Bill Tudell. Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs. This morning's occasional speaker, Mr. Sriram Iyer. Professor Chris Rudd, Order of the British Empire, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Head of Campus, Singapore. Dr. Cam Charlton. Dr. Charlton is a member of the board of JCU, Singapore. Professor Stephen Naylor, Chair of the University's Academic Board. Seated behind the official party are members of the university staff. Chancellor, I invite you to address the Assembly.
Good morning. I warmly acknowledge today Professor Simon Biggs, our Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Chris Rudd, Officer of the Order of the British Empire, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Head of Singapore Campus, Dr. Cam Charlton, Member of the Board of JCU Singapore, former Deputy Chancellor, who was recognised by JCU in 2021 with the award of Honorary Doctor of the University. I acknowledge Bapak Jati Ismojo, the Deputy Chief of Mission and Head of Chancery at the Embassy of Indonesia, Mr. Sriram Iyer, our distinguished occasional speaker, Ms. Sanjana Manur, who will be our graduate speaker, members of the official party, members of JCU's governing body, the Council, distinguished guests, parents, ladies and gentlemen, and most important of all, our graduating students. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to this morning's graduation ceremony, whether you are joining us here in person or online. This task is tinged with a little sadness for me, as this will be the last time I will be presiding as Chancellor at a JCU graduation ceremony anywhere. Sadness, but also great satisfaction. I'm set to finish my time in this position on the 23rd of April after what has been a very rewarding and stimulating 7 years in this role. There is a perfect symmetry to my final ceremony for the university being here in Singapore, considering Singapore was the very first JCU campus I visited following my election as Chancellor. Before becoming Chancellor, I had enjoyed a 40-year career in the Australian Foreign Service. I spent the majority of my diplomatic career by choice in Asia, so Singapore and JCU's vibrant presence here has a very special place in my heart. Presiding over graduation ceremonies has been one of my favourite duties as Chancellor. I get to see the smiles on the faces of our graduates as they come across the stage, justifiably proud of their achievements. I can also peer past these lights and see the pride in the faces of the families. I would not have swapped this part of my job for anything. In my time as Chancellor, I've been determined to be present at every JCU graduation ceremony, although of course COVID forced those ceremonies for a while to be virtual only. In fact, since I began my tenure in March 2016, I've been able to ensure that every degree awarded in person at all JCU graduation ceremonies in Australia and in Singapore has been awarded by me. That is some 18,600 degrees in total, including some 3,800 here in Singapore. That's a record in which I take great satisfaction. So why might that be the case? It's not because I love dressing up in medieval robes and so forth, important though such traditions may be. It's because these ceremonies are all about students, our students. And JCU is emphatically a student-focused institution, dedicated to helping our students realise their potential, fulfil their dreams, and go on to make important contributions in our communities. Graduates, today we celebrate the combination of years of hard work, dedication and perseverance. You all know that better than anyone. Congratulations on your well-deserved success. This is a momentous occasion for you and for your loved ones. You've worked hard to achieve your academic goals, and now you are ready to embark on the next phase of your lives. I hope that you can take pride in what you have accomplished and that you feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for the future. As you move forward, please do so with confidence that the knowledge and skills you've gained here will serve you well in all your endeavours. You are equipped with the tools you need to succeed in your chosen fields, but I urge you always to remember that education doesn't end here. So continue to learn, to grow, and to contribute to your communities in meaningful ways. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our JCU academic and professional staff for their commitment and dedication to our students, especially through the transition to online learning and in the wake of the disruptions to them and to you of the pandemic. To our students, you, our staff, have been their support, their motivator, and their inspiration. Furthermore, I am proud of all you have achieved in Singapore in my time as Chancellor. If you will indulge me for a moment, I'd like to mention some of the notable successes of JCU Singapore. It's now one of the few universities in Southeast Asia to secure accreditation from the Association to Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business for our business school. JCU Singapore has successfully acquired the Singapore government market-leading adult training business, Eagle Infotech. Aquaculture research has received a boost with a 10 million Singapore dollar government investment, and the campus has expanded by 25% over the last 7 years. The success JCU Singapore has had and the way it goes about its business set a fine example for JCU as a whole. We are fortunate to have such talented and committed group of educators and support staff. Ladies and gentlemen, this being my last graduation ceremony as Chancellor, I'd like to single out for particular mention those staff who over my 7 years as Chancellor have worked with diligence, commitment and passion to ensure that our graduation ceremonies work smoothly and become occasions for graduates and their loved ones to remember for decades. You will see some of these people on or near the stage today, but there are many others whom you will not see, and their role is no less important. They all have my respect and my enduring gratitude. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the families and friends who have supported our graduates throughout their journey, and to welcome any of them who have been able to join us today. Their love, their encouragement, and their steadfast support have been crucial to your success, and they share in your pride and joy on this special day. Graduates, as you leave today, I encourage you to maintain your connection with the university. Our alumni community is a valuable resource for networking and career development. Staying connected with your alma mater can also provide opportunities to give back to future generation of students. Your support can help ensure that our university continues to provide a world-class education to those who come after you. I'm extremely grateful for my time at James Cook University as a student, as a staff member, and much later as our 5th Chancellor. I am proud to have had the opportunity to give back to the institution that has given me so much. The foundations of what was to become a very fortunate life were laid at this university. The intellectual underpinnings and work habits, and the added bonus of my wife of half a century, Chris, whom I met when we were both students at James Cook University, and without whom my 40 years as a diplomat and 7 years as a Chancellor would have been unimaginable. You, our graduates, are now part of a distinguished group of alumni who have made their mark on the world, and we would be honoured if you would stay in touch with us and we with you, and to take pride in and support you in your future careers. It was Nelson Mandela who said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. That fact is as powerful and as pertinent and as relevant now as it has ever been. Education is a lifelong journey, and the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is a noble and a worthy endeavour, whatever may be your age or your stage in life. I wish you all the very best as you take your next steps and make your mark on the world. Congratulations.
Chancellor, I call upon the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Stephen Naylor, to present the graduates.
Will all graduates please stand? Chancellor, I certify to you and to the university that all graduates standing before you today have fulfilled the requirements prescribed by the university, and I ask that they be admitted to their respective awards.
In the name of the University Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit all candidates so approved and congratulate and warmly welcome you all as James Cook University graduates.
Will all graduates please be seated?
Chancellor, the awarding of a Doctor of Philosophy degree has a special place in our graduation ceremony. It is one of the highest qualifications which the university awards. This degree is awarded for the successful completion of a significant piece of independent research, sustained in its scholarly character, and one which makes an original contribution to the field of external examination. External examination is always involved. One candidate will be presented this morning. Professor Karen West, Dean of Research, will present the graduate and acknowledge her supervisors, and Professor Stephen Naylor, Chair of the Academic Board, will read the thesis abstract.
Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. V. Sitra, daughter of Wadawal. Thank you. Dr. Sitra's studies were undertaken in the discipline of information technology under the supervision of Dr. Insu Song, Professor Abhishek Bhati, and Professor Ikjai Lee.
Chancellor, Dr. Sitra studied cultural integration with educational tools for Southeast Asian secondary schools. She found that culture-based learning has more to do with the design of information and communication technology. She investigated the cultural presence in Southeast Asia and proposed new cultural activity metaphors and cultural theme metaphors in information and communications technologies to improve learning experiences. She proposed a new cultural motivational elements of information and communication technology guidelines for information and communication technology, developers that can significantly improve education with technology in Southeast Asia. Chancellor, I present Dr. V. Sitra, daughter of Vitavel. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of Doctor of Philosophy Awards.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Stephen Ball, Dean of the College of Business, Law and Governance, to present today's graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded to the degree of Graduate Certificate of Research Methods, Justina Dorota Twozadillo. Chancellor, I present graduates awarded to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Alfa Wafia Binti Bahari. Nur Diana Binti Shahul Hamid. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science, Cheryl Ang Jiao Earn. Nur Zakaya Binti Mohd Nur. Chan Jia Yun. Chan Xin Hui Rachel. Chi Kwon Min Benjamin. Jing Han Chen. Chen Yingbing. Chu Wan Ying. Sindhu Brahmya Kumar. Francesca Dominica Dalmida. Fu Dai Mei Mei. Christian Giraldi. Han Mei Xuan. Ashley Sonia Hazra. Rosalind Kwok. Lee Boon Ray. Lee Shihue Aleska. Li Yuji. Ng Chi Xuan. Alicia Ginelli Pasa Nugroho. Megan Eun May En. Peng Shichi. Pham Nu Mai. Thaddeus Fung. Ashvin Ramesh. Jesslyn Tan Jia Lun. Eden Teo Kit Yen. Olivia Evelyn Tajokro. Wee Kai Jie. Yap Zi Ning. Natalie Year. UZ Rui Danica at UU. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science with distinction, Zheng Bo Wen. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science Honours, Radhika Adukia. Chia Siu Teng. Rayma Debnath. Yap Yi Xuan. Tai Wei Lin Eunice. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychological Science Honours with distinction, Li Liang Ying Anastasia. Ng Jin Wei. Shalini Ramachandran. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Psychological Science, Kanaya Kiandra. Li Jialin. Ma Yufei. Priscilla Tanotto. Wu Yu. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Psychological Science with distinction, Erin Lim. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical, Angela Au Rui Chi. Rachel Lee Ji Yi. Chancellor, I present graduates awarded to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Chen Ziyi. Dion. Li Jia-chi. Nguyen T. Tui Tram. Nguyen Tui Duong. Muhammad Fikri Fauzan Surigar. Eric Tay. Baranthon Thananarata Nafsir. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Kan Nguyen Kim An. Chan Zi Yin. Chin Yan Sheng, Jeremy Chin Yan Zhou. Chua Hui Yi. Dang Tan Vu. Debbie Shironica. Nicholas Harry Dodd. Go Wen Liang Tristan. Guo Ling Yu. Melissa Halim. Han Xin Yu. He Jiani. He Jingling. Valerie Ho Shi Wei. Hong Sia Bin. Hasu Mayatmon. Huang Yongshun. Huang Ziyi. Huang Seung Hugh. Guru Prabhu Jagadish Chandaran. Christoval Aurelius Jamana. Janice. Jiang Yi Chi. Julia Victoria Kosmowicz. Lang Lang. Lei Tran Tri. Li Junyi. Li Chia-chi. Li Yushin. Liang Jin Liu. Liang Wanyin. Liu Mingjun. Liu Qinglin. Xiaoqing Lu. Ma Zhuo Ran. Marsha Aprilia Mamasa. Miata Zing Ong. Nang So. Nguyen Dat Koa. Nguyen Yok Van Lee. Nguyen Tron Thuy Lin. Yang Yi Hong. Ilupita. Pham Huang Tao Van. Trung Nguyen Pham Vu. Chu Xiaoyang. Beverly Jean Hui Rodriguez. Shi Yingjie. Yingji Xie. Shi Piet Son Kwai. Kanya Pat? We're up to state. Kanya Pat Srijid Tukul. Su Yixuan. Vo Ti Yen Tan. Wang Menlan. Floretta Aurelia Widodo. Shinji Yi. Xu Junjian. Yang Li Chun. Yu Hao Jun. Zhang Yujia. Zhao Xinwei. Zhou Fengzhou. Zinko Lat. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Francis Chai Sir Liang. Joshua Lim Wei Kang. Nang Hao Kim. Nang Nandar Ong. Pun Chen Yi Janice. Jenia Tan. Tisha Tan Shu Yi. Tang Xin Zi. Angeline Wuyono. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Hong Jia Yuan Fong. Guang Haidong. Guang Zekai. Ong Shi Hao. Pei Jun Han. Akshat Ratnakrishna Poddar. Su Hung Wei. Tan Bia. Tang Jihan. Salin Wajaratawidisha. Wan Chi Young. Wang Zichun. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with distinction, Ong Kang Mayat. Dan Lei Feng. Kimberly Mikaline Siddhartha. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism, Hospitality and Events, Jin Matianyi. Wu Jiawei. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration, Nur Fadila Binti Abu Sama. Sujag Pamidipati. Narendran Chandrasekaran. Chanda Makaran Chindaka. Chu Heng. Dai De Cheng. Shruti Dayan Deshpande. Dong Lu Yao. Fang Xiao Yu. Adash Gilada. Divyanshu Chandrakant Gunjal. Vigneshvar Gurusamy Ramaraj. Andrew Nicholas Handojo. He Ying Yu. Hu Jialing. Hu Jiting. Vidit Jain. Jiang Shu Jie. Lai Peng. Li Wenchan. Li Xinjie. Liang Yutao. Liu Xinhang. Marissa Asuncion Lozano. Mai Yutong. Zarina Medieva. Mei Zitian. Nguyen Van Phuc. Raja Durga Rajendiran. Sanjay Ravi. Shivang. Fazith Ali Sithik. Utkarsh Upadhyay. Anushka Verma. Wang Xintong. Wang Zhuoran. Wu Hao. Wu Roshuan. Yao Jingyi. Zhang Guowei. Zhao April Shuang Shuang. Zhong Longqi. Zhou Huiwen. Zhou Suting. Ju Ru Yan. Zhuo Qianqian. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration with distinction, Chen Ye Kun. Chu Ti Hoon. Zara Dianita Herianto. Sanjana Hola Manur. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management, Sai Anurag at Lurie. Hui Yu Zhao. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management with distinction, Do Min Duk. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Chua Hui Ying Shannon. Hayley Han. Liu Wanning. Liu Yinji. Andrea Tia Ki Hui. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Pavitharol Elangovan. Jolin Go. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Guidance and Counselling, Lei Ji Chia Darrell. Kai Kwan Zechariah Jonathan. Vivek Anand Lakshmanan. Chancellor, I present graduates awarded to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Adrianto Hatono. James Wonsonagoro. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business and Environmental Science, Yoshia Batanago. Jordan Chig Weng Ho. Tan Ning Xuan. Yukasha. Wang Mingwei. Yong Kai En. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business and Environmental Science with distinction, Isaac Lay.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Ng Yuan Jie. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Cybersecurity, Sai Kwam Lin. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Akajan Basitov. Ayan Chen. Go. Kun Hatan Myint Miat. Hein Hitet Ko. Lee Ming Yu. Nyan Wana. Theorodon Somsri. Gaukar Tasamenova. Tran Du Lin. Yang Su Yon. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology with distinction, Mary Louise Grace Caholt. Jiawei Guo. Antonio Benny Jonathan. James Makarios. Nguyen Hong An. Jeffrey Timms. Ang Ha Hong Tuan. Zani Tan. Jung Cake. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Li Qixi. Serafina Diane Tiu Wei Ching. Darren Wee Ak Jin. Yi Yanjun. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with distinction, Tan Shermain. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology, Chen Fengyuan. Huang Hao Chen. Chi Ming Tong. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology with distinction, Liu Wanfen. Desen Ung. Nyan So. Chancellor, I present graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology, Xie Hao Miao. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates.
Chancellor, I have much pleasure in introducing this afternoon's occasional speaker, Mr. Sriram Iyer. Mr. Sriram Iyer is the Global Chief Operating Officer for ANZ Bank's corporate and institutional business. With 30 years of global banking experience, Mr. Iyer has held senior leadership roles in different countries that drive long-term change and adoption of new technologies to boost return and increase productivity. Prior to ANZ Bank, Mr. Iyer was the CEO for Standard Chartered Bank's Shared Service Centre covering India, China, and Malaysia. Mr. Iyer's focus is developing strategies for digital transformation in financial services and in leading large teams through change. At JCU Singapore, Mr. Iyer has been serving as an advisory board member for several years. Mr. Iyer is a part-time writer, contributing author, guest lecturer, and a TEDx speaker. He is recognized keynote speaker at international conferences and has won global awards for his community work, particularly in providing access to quality education and scholarship for underprivileged kids in Vietnam. Mr. Iyer also offers his time as an advisor for some non-profit boards and committees. He was a former board member and trustee of the Sight Savers International in India. Mr. Iyer earned his learning experiences for programs in MIT Boston, London Business School, and INSEAD. He also holds an MBA from the UK and is a qualified chartered financial analyst, a management accountant, and a company secretary from India. Chancellor, it is with much pleasure that I invite Mr. Sriram Iyer to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, members of the official party, distinguished guests, members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates. I am so pleased and so privileged to have been invited to speak here today with you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. First and foremost, let me extend my deep appreciation and congratulations to all of you, graduates, your families, your well-wishers for having hit this major and great milestone. Can I ask you to applaud once again for all the graduates too? Thank you. I do want to clarify that in the next 9 minutes, this one-way chat is entirely generated by natural intelligence. Today, I will share some stories and some reflections that come to my mind, not necessarily offer you advice or profound new thoughts. Now, it so happens that in precisely 90 days, I will have survived 30 years in international banking. And coincidentally, in precisely 45 days from today, I will be in a similar audience in another part of the world, but as a parent, when my 22-year-old son graduates and finishes his course. So I've had a lot to reflect upon and think about him and this session. And I think I have an idea of what might be going on in your minds about matters such as job, money, location, etc. In fact, my son called me recently from the US and he said, but how come this classmate of mine got a job offer in her very first job application, after her very first job application, whereas I have done 68 applications so far. And her GPA is not even as good as mine, and this is not fair. And I said, yes, it is not fair, possibly. And in fact, it is often that most things may feel not fair to your eyes. And welcome to the real world, my son. After a few months of trying very hard, he finally secured his first job. And much to the parents' relief. And now that he's entering the corporate arena, he called me last week. And he said, come on, Appa, it's not fair. I said, what now? He said, the starting pay is so low. And how is it that my roommate gets a better pay for his first job than me? And I said, get used to this also. Always remember, forever on this planet, there will be somebody out there who will possibly be getting more than you do. And then a few days ago, he called me again. And he said, I've got it all sorted out. I've got it all planned out. And after 2 years in this company, I'm going to quit. I'm going to start my own setup. I'm going to relocate to another city, blah, blah. And I said, is it really? I mean, if someone up there was listening to you, he or she may smile and say, since when have you taken over my job of planning for your future? I told him it is best to focus on your authentic efforts. Don't obsess on the outcomes. Let the outcomes evolve on their own. Which brings me to trust. During my years in corporate life, I have in close proximity witnessed but never have been part of scams, frauds, crisis, corruption, regulatory sanctions, penalties, fines, and many other failures. I don't mean these in the wider banking industry. I mean these in the companies that I have been part of, not the current one. So you can imagine how many stories are embedded in all these experiences. In fact, once many years ago in another company, the head of investigations came to my desk and he said, Sriram, we have to take away your computer. We want to do some forensic analysis on your hard disk for potential breaches which we believe you must be hiding. Now, I parted with my computer very happily. I don't recall losing too much sleep during those experiences simply because the only thing that sustains all of us are our ethical values, our ethical behaviors, and personal values. You cannot outsource an ethical mindset to anybody. By the way, as a side benefit of that investigation, I did get an upgraded new desktop from the IT guys. In fact, scholars have concluded that trust based on deep research is just 3 things: authenticity, empathy, and competence. That is trust. Now, we become trustworthy by living these 3 values and by what we do hour after hour, day after day, decade after decade. The world out there must be convinced that we are worthy of its trust. Now, about 5 weeks ago, I was in Melbourne on work in Australia, and I saw a slide on what is called the Trust Barometer Research Outcomes. This is among different industries. And in that slide, I saw that banking was rated second from the bottom. This is about trust. And after decades, that was a very difficult statistic for me to swallow. And in that context, may I say once again that I am very thankful to JCU for inviting me today despite being a banker. Thank you very much. I know you know this, and I said this to my sons, that money is very important. Money brings a lot of peace of mind, but greed gets us out of our mind. Greed is the enemy within. During this last Christmas, I was on a couch at an Airbnb on a holiday with my family, and we were watching yet again one of my all-time favorite movies, Wall Street, starring the great Michael Douglas. This is the original Wall Street. In that, he says to his partner in crime in a very slow, measured, deep voice, he says, "Greed is good." And I paused at Netflix, I looked at my sons, and I made it clear to them that greed is not good. The restlessness of youth could lead you to greed. Equally, watch out for the arrogance of knowledge and the arrogance of wealth. All these have a potential to hurt us. What I haven't told you yet is about my other eldest son, who is also graduating this May. Now, he too is at a fork in his career. He is deciding his next steps, and he's backed by a master's degree and a top-class MBA. And he recently said to me, "Appa, I'm declining this offer because I don't like the title." Now, I must have instinctively rolled my eyes because he already had 4 years of experience, and there is bound to be some optimism bias in his assessment of his own capabilities. Now, I said to him, "I'm not here to tell you what is right or wrong, but I do know that in my career, I have met many, many high-performing individuals. And the one thing common that I have reflected upon is their ability to deal with change and adjust with a flexible, malleable, agile mindset. They can deal with ambiguity. In fact, they thrive on ambiguity and they adjust fast. So maybe the title for this role is not perfect, but if everything else is good," I said to him, "go for it. And by the way, I said, go where the revenue is. Nothing beats that. Think beyond the current transient circumstances and conditions." Now, one of the great attributes of JCU, as I have seen over the years, is the diversity of thought, diversity among students, and the overall diversity of the culture. Now, I come from India, and I draw immense inspiration from its deep, profound, vast history and a rich, spiritual, mature human thought. Now, that is available. It's available amongst other countries too, and it is free. So why not befriend time and make use of it all the time? Whenever I face challenges, I remind myself of the lessons from history. Over the years, I realized that most things have already happened earlier. So learn from those past events. In fact, when it comes to graduating students, I am reminded of a great classical poem in a language, ancient Indian language called Sanskrit. And in that, this poem is said to have been written in the first millennial BCE. And that deals with graduating students, much like today's session. It covers the responsibilities of seekers of knowledge, i.e. students, and how to practice ethical rules to purify your mind. In fact, the very first verse of that great poem invokes the words, "O peace," 3 times, reminding students of the importance of peace. Many of us are fortunate to be living here in Singapore. When faced with a tough situation, I would recommend ask yourself, what if Singapore was a human being? How would he or she react to that situation that you're now facing? Singapore reminds us to be in time for the future. It reminds us to be the best we can today. It is predictable in getting things done and in consistency of promised deliveries. If you can replicate that at work, if you can replicate that in life, nothing can beat that combination. And so in conclusion, may I remind all our fantastic young graduates today 3 key takeaways. Trust, ethics, and values do matter. Peace does matter. And when in doubt, lift your gaze and learn from history. Ancient wisdom does have a role to play in corporate leadership. Now, my sincere prayers to all of you for a great future. You are in this inspiring room thanks to what you have achieved, but no less what JCU alumni, everyone around JCU as a university, your parents, your families, and your well-wishers, all of whom have done a great job in getting to this milestone. I hope you pay back in some shape or form And I don't mean money alone. Thank you very much for listening, and congratulations again.
Chancellor, it is with much pleasure that I invite Ms. Sanjana Hola Manor to deliver the graduate address.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, Mr. Sriram Iyer, members of the official party, distinguished guests, members of university staff, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, good morning. Thank you to the Dean and everyone at James Cook University for this opportunity to stand here today and deliver the graduate address on behalf of all the graduates. My name is Sanjana, and like you all, I just graduated today with my business degree. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Sriram Iyer for delivering such an enlightening and inspirational address about the importance of trust, ethics, values, and peace. When in doubt, we'll remember to learn from history. Thank you for all the great advice that will guide us in both our personal and professional lives. Everybody, please join me in giving Mr. Iyer a big round of applause. All of us graduates today have a lot more in common than one would think. We all strive to create a brighter future for ourselves. We dreamt of careers in the streams we chose. Many of us have left our home countries, our families, our friends, and our comfort zones far behind in this pursuit. We know how difficult it was to secure our visas, our apartments, to adjust to a new country, the different weather, the different cuisine, and also all the different rules. Many of my peers in master's courses have even made the courageous decision to quit jobs where we were very well established, all in hopes of pursuing our passions. This takes courage. Each one of us should be proud of having the vision to chase our dreams. And we have all made it through to the other side and emerged victorious. At this point, on behalf of all the students, I would like to thank the administrative staff at JCU for ensuring that our onboarding to the campus was free of any hiccups. Starting from the country representatives who patiently answered all our questions about our applications, to the student affairs teams who have graciously answered every silly little email we sent them about booking study rooms to changing our assigned tutorials. Thank you for always ensuring that our campus life was organized and enjoyable. I would also like to thank our campus dean, Professor Abhishek Bhati, for always recognizing our efforts and for being there for us whenever we needed someone to talk to. You have empowered us. We hope to have made you proud today. Thank you. Teaching is often thought to be a thankless profession. We should change that. On behalf of all the graduates, a big thank you to each and every lecturer and tutor at JCU. Thank you for all the work you put into planning our lectures and also grading all of our assignments. Thank you for patiently answering our questions in class and encouraging us to think outside the box. I personally would like to thank Dr. Pengji in particular. Her energy is really infectious and her patience knows no bounds. I have developed a keen interest in market research thanks to her. I would also like to thank Mr. Paul Singh for conducting very engaging tutorials and also Dr. Malaby for enabling me to shine outside the classroom. Thank you all for inspiring us on our path forward. I'm sure each one of you has a lot to thank your teachers for, so join me in giving them the biggest round of applause. They say the easiest way to make friends is to join university. What we also know is that the easiest way to break friendships is to work together on a group assignment. Jokes aside, we have all made some great friendships that will last a lifetime with our classmates from all over the world. No matter where our lives lead us, let's always ensure that our JCU bond stays strong forever. And lastly, let's not forget our family. My husband and my family have been my biggest cheerleaders throughout this journey. And I want to remind each and every graduate here today that you have made your family immensely proud of you. Words may not fully express our gratitude to our closest well-wishers. This is why I would request all the graduates to please stand up. Please stand up. Turn to look at your family, your friends, or your well-wishers who have accompanied you here today, and let's show our appreciation to them through a roaring round of applause. Please sit down. Some of us may find our dream jobs. Some of us may start our own businesses. However, there may be some of us who are not quite yet sure what we want to do. That's okay too. The path to success is never going to be easy. We may even fail. So why not take a chance at doing what we love? Let's enjoy our quest to find what we love and not pressure ourselves with the results. But let's always remember to challenge ourselves, because that's the only path which leads to growth. In fact, the scroll that we received today is just a piece of paper. It doesn't have any meaning till we act on it. So let's act on it. Let's all try our best to make the best of all of our opportunities. I'd like to end my address with a quote from Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. So, my fellow graduates, as we all go out into the world, let's not settle for anything less than doing what we truly love. Let our enthusiasm and dedication fuel our success. Let's remember that greatness lies within each and every one of us, waiting to be unleashed. Let's go out there and make our mark on the world. Thank you and congratulations.
Chancellor, I now have the pleasure of inviting Vice Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs, to deliver the closing address.
Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my university colleagues, and of course, most importantly, our graduates. It is my great privilege to deliver the final words on behalf of James Cook University. I'd like to start by sincerely thanking our Chancellor, Bill Twaddell, on behalf of the whole JCU community, for his contributions to the leadership and governance of the university. Bill, your achievements are many, and I believe you will leave our university strengthened and reinvigorated for the next period in its incredible history. As a proud JCU alumnus, you have embodied our vision and ensured that we stay true to our remit of creating a brighter future for our communities in the north of Australia, the tropics and beyond. Bill, we thank you unreservedly and wish you all the best for your retirement next week. Graduates, believe me when I say I realise that it is only me standing between you and some much-deserved celebrations with your family and friends. I will do my best to be brief. Congratulations to each and every one of you on this significant achievement. What you have accomplished is no small feat. You have thrived through a time of unprecedented challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the disruption and uncertainty, you have shown remarkable resilience and adaptability. You have persevered through online learning, remote working, and social distancing. But you have emerged stronger and more determined than ever. You are graduating today with a unique skill set, moulded by your educational experience into a world in which change is accelerating at lightning speed. If nothing else, the pandemic has taught us the value of flexibility and the importance of embracing change. Embracing change, of course, is not a new notion. In your lifetime, there will be many things that will inevitably change. We all know that change can be uncomfortable and it can be challenging, but it is also a necessary part of growth and progress. Embracing change can help you to stay ahead of the curve, to remain relevant in your field, and to capitalize on new opportunities as they arise. In my own career, I have witnessed amazing leaps forward in technology, in science, in society, and in the ways in which we learn. For example, when I began my degree in the United Kingdom in the early 1980s, microprocessors were less than a decade old, and pocket calculators were still considered new technology. We only had 4 channels on the television, and you had to watch shows when they were broadcast. The idea of personal computers was yet to have its day, and we were at least a decade away from the World Wide Web. We attended lectures, and we actually wrote notes while the lecturer spoke. We didn't even get handouts, and photocopiers were quite rare. Communications were limited to dial telephones, fax machines, and the good old postal service. Information exchange was slow, and more often than not required us to meet face to face. In the time since then, over the last 40 years, we have experienced a revolution in communications, information availability, and learning. Through email and the internet, then with the development of instant messaging and video conferencing, our ability to communicate with each other has expanded rapidly. We have gone from large desktop personal computers to laptops and now to smartphones, all with ever-increasing computing power and functionality. The sum total of human knowledge is effectively available to all of us at all times and on demand. Learning technology has also come a long way in that time period. Where once students were limited to textbooks in libraries and classrooms with chalkboards, we now have access to a vast array of digital tools that have transformed the way we learn. The internet, online courses, virtual simulations, and multimedia resources allow us to learn in a variety of ways and without the previous limitations of time and place. The promise and threat of artificial intelligence is now with us. The changes across my career have been significant. I am confident they will be at least as significant across yours. As we move past the pandemic, we are all presented with a new set of challenges and opportunities. Many industries, including education, have undergone significant transformation, and new employment opportunities are emerging in areas such as healthcare, sustainability, data management, and digital innovation. The development of artificial intelligence and automation will undoubtedly create new roles and new jobs and whole new industries as yet unimagined. Similarly, advancements in biotechnology and genetic engineering are creating incredible opportunities in areas such as personalized medicine, disease control, and sustainable agriculture. We have all witnessed an accelerated shift towards digital technology and online communications, which in turn has demonstrated how remote working and flexible time management can be effective across many types of employment. As graduates, you can now literally aspire to work for companies based anywhere in the world without changing your home address. You could even consider setting up your own business to operate globally from anywhere. As graduates of James Cook University, you now have the opportunity to be at the forefront of these exciting developments. You have been trained to think critically, to collaborate, and to adapt. You have the skills and knowledge to make a real difference in the world and to create a brighter future for all. Embrace the changes you will see and know that you are ready to be a leader in shaping our future world. A world that I am confident will be better than ever as a result of your contributions. As you move forward, remember the values that have guided you throughout your time at James Cook University. Remember the importance of collaboration, the importance of empathy, and the importance of innovation. These are the qualities that enable you to navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to the staff of the university who have worked tirelessly to ensure that you receive a high-quality education, even in the midst of a global pandemic. I also want to echo the thanks to the families and friends who have supported our graduates throughout their educational journey. Graduates, congratulations once again on your achievements. You are graduating at a unique moment in history, and you are poised to make a real impact on the world. I encourage you to embrace the future with enthusiasm, to be bold in your pursuits, to stay curious and open-minded, and to never stop learning. Graduates, good luck and farewell.
Chancellor, the successful staging of this ceremony is a culmination effort of many university staff. I would like to thank the university graduations and events officers for the coordination of this ceremony. This graduation ceremony has now concluded. Graduates, would you please remain in the auditorium for the group photographs? Will the assembly please stand? The Chancellor will now lead the academic procession from the auditorium.
Dear graduates, please remain in the ballroom for the group picture. All the guests, please proceed out via the right-hand side of the ballroom and proceed to the Uni Ballroom for the food reception. Thank you.